YOLO, my fellow human beings, and welcome to episode 8 of The Best Blessed Life. I'm your best host, Kristen, and today's topic: if I name my channel something else, would you watch? Or is there no room for error? Before we get started, you might want to go grab a notebook or piece of paper and a pencil. There might be some things in the video later on down the line you might want to write down. Or if you have comments or questions, keep track of them all in a notebook, and I'll hopefully put them in the comment section. I'll hopefully be able to answer those for you. But first and foremost, I want to thank you all so much for watching, checking out my channel. I truly so greatly appreciate it. Please continue to comment, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. And I love to read the comments. I will respond as quickly as I can. So anything you want to write down there, I would love to hear from you. Any new ideas? Also, don't forget, if you got a business you want me to promote on my coffee cup, please let me know. Hey, maybe we could figure out a way to do that. Anybody's suggestions for me being able to promote a business on my coffee cup? So we got that. I am sending out some college love to my son's college DU. I've been wearing my daughter's Wartburg College colors for the last few episodes, so I kind of wanted to give DU a little love, especially since college hockey is going to be starting here soon in November. Yay! But I'm not changing the name of the channel. I'm just changing your perspective of what the channel represents. I think people are getting confused with the word blessed. I don't want it to mean anything spiritual, religious, unless that's what you want it to mean. For the most part, it is about finding your bliss in the smallest detail. And that seemed like too long of a name, so this is what I came up with. And also, I don't want you to think I'm telling you what to do on this channel either. I'm not. I'm just trying to give you, like I said, a different perspective. I don't excuse me, I don't think it was an error to name it what I did. That's where that no room for error comes from, because I think automatically when the first episode came out, people assumed some things about the channel. And regardless of what the channel means to you, and I hope it means something, it means something to me in that it brings me this sense of calm. I know that sounds weird because I look like I'm frazzled half the time when I'm on here. It's just because I have so much information coming out of my brain. My mouth can't keep up, but I just want to share with you my health experiences, my fitness journey, my nutrition I can't even say that word, nutrition research, and just my overall perspective of life in general and what I find to be a blessing. Some people might find annoying. It does take some getting used to changing the way you see things. I want to change it from a chore to a challenge. I want you to remember that story I told you about the coyote. Truly, he was less than a half a block ahead of me. Maybe a half a block, maybe a little more. I'm trying to give a distance, and I'm visualizing what he looked like. He still looked like a pretty big animal from where I was standing, which was on the sidewalk. I just kept walking, even though he was walking straight forward and I was walking straight forward, so walking in the same direction. But he would turn around and he would stop and he would kind of walk back the other way, and I would stop. I would wait for her to see what he was doing. And he would dart in and out, like I said. But the thing of it was, there was that moment where I was in the middle of the block, just kind of challenging myself. And I did truly, honestly start walking back in the other direction. But I stopped and I said, that's stupid. Not because I didn't think the coyote could hurt me, because I did. I didn't think it would necessarily kill me, but I did think it could, take a good chunk of me out. But it was more that I had to cognitively really think about all the different scenarios. Going forward meant him coming back out from a direction he had previously come out from. That's one option. The other option was me going back the other direction and still facing up with him from another direction. So this was the path of least resistance, because I at least knew where he had come from. If I had gone back the other way, one, I'd be retreating, which in all actuality I don't know that I wanted to do. And two, it meant going into the unknown, where he could have popped up on the next block and me not know where. And going forward, I at least knew where he could potentially come out from. So that was my thought process. And yes, I did stand there and think of every scenario. And I walked that block, I went straight forward, but you betcha I checked every direction 800 times, including turning around and looking behind me to make sure he hadn't come up from the behind. But I kind of think of that coyote as it represented my fear of the unknown, and just kind of not going forward, because that wasn't necessarily the path that I was going to be able to go, but continuing on my walk, whatever direction that was, and not being afraid of what might happen, or being stupidly afraid of what might happen. I don't know. Either way, I just challenged myself to keep going and not go home. That was that day. So that was what led me to my positive word of the day, which is determination. Looks like I put my finger in it. Which is the will to achieve a purpose. And I thought, okay, that is the best way to describe that walk, is I had the determination or the will to achieve my purpose, which was, well, to continue walking. But I did want to go check on the chickens, because I was worried about them. Even though I knew the coyote couldn't get into their area, I was still worried. So that was my goal. I kind of like to check on the chickens every day. I told you about them before. I think there's 8 of them. I don't know. I keep thinking I might be counting the same chickens over and over again. But I picked this word because my determination to keep going, not just on that walk, but on this channel with these episodes, to help you all figure out what makes your determination kick in, is all this channel's about. Motivating you to realize what makes you take action. I believe it was the wise Hannah Montana that said, "Life's what you make it, so let's make it right. Let's make it right." Now, I either embarrassed myself a lot there and all my children, or I sounded okay, and when I watch it back, I'll either take it out or leave it in. I guess we'll find out. But it's true. Life's what you make it. So let's make it rock. I don't want you thinking you're stuck going the same way you're going. But how I want to phrase it is, as I want to refocus, bring into clarity, kind of wipe the water off your glasses, bring into clarity your direction. So I don't necessarily want you to change your direction if that's truly what your determination is telling you to do. That's not what I'm here for. I am here to see that the path that you take isn't the path of least resistance, but the path that makes you the happiest. And if you like a good challenge, like I do, you'll refocus, but you won't give up. And in my path of starting this whole coffee house, community center, a lot of different things, I've learned that I've had to refocus my direction a lot. I said a lot. This being one of the refocusing things was to kind of just tell myself to calm down, that the anxiety that I was creating for this whole project was just like, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it, and it just keeps playing back in my mind. But it's not just about that, it's achieving health goals too, readjusting those or refocusing those goals as well, realizing that you don't have to feel like crap every day. You really don't. I think it starts the minute we wake up with that darn alarm clock going, get up, get up. Sorry, I went one or two too far on that one. I annoyed myself. But that sound is not comforting. It's anxiety riddled. It is just pushing you to just move, because if you don't, that sound will continue. And oh God, who wants that sound to continue? But I think we need to start with a more relaxed way to wake up. I think if we're able to take our time and achieve maybe a good positive thought process before we get out of bed. But I know a good stretch that works really well is that if you put both arms over your head and have your fingertips reach towards the headboard, and you do the same thing with your toes, and you point your toes and you aim them towards the foot of your bed, and you really, really, really stretch your body out. And while you're doing that, you want to get your nice clean breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Remember, when you're breathing in, you're taking in air. So that means that your stomach should actually be protruding at that time. Means your lungs are full. That's when you have the most breath in your body. And then blowing out, it's like deflating a balloon. It should allow your rib cage and everything to kind of come in. And if you allow that to keep going in and keep going in, you'll realize you're now sucking in your abdominal muscles. Now, try and keep that sucked in abdominal muscle, and then try and take that nice clean breath in again, while continuing to hold in the abdominal muscles, and then blow it out. You're still stretched out on your bed. You still haven't gotten out of bed yet. If you want to do this routine or try it, I recommend maybe setting your alarm clock 5 to 10 minutes ahead of time, just so you're not rushing And you might want to pick something that would wake you up, but that is not annoying. So maybe it's a nature sound, or maybe it's a favorite song. Something that would get you up without feeling like you're being forced to wake up. Let's face it, if you have to get up every day, shouldn't it be a process that you look forward to? This is what I'm saying to you. Can't we refocus our direction? We know we have to get up every day. I mean, that's life. But can't we make it enjoyable and not this, oh my God, I'm going to wake up that alarm clock, I'm going to hit the snooze 20 times, and then I'm going to be an hour and a half late for work, maybe longer if you have to actually physically commute. But in the process of doing these stretches and laying out, you already know that the beginning of your day you're as tall as you're going to be because you've been laying down for at least a few hours so that your body has that chance to expand and allow gravity to just kind of, I don't know, leave you alone. But when you wake up, you should be the tallest you're ever going to be for the day. But if you stretch yourself out even more, can you imagine what you would feel like? So as I'm walking these last couple days, oh, by the way, my steps are 66, oh, please don't say 68. I was very close. Close enough. There's 3 6s in there. What am I talking about? But only about 6,000 of those are for my actual walk today. I did have some prep to do in between walk time. But what I noticed, and when we're talking about refocusing and readjusting and getting, our life back on track, so to speak, I noticed some things about myself that when I walk, I kind of walk chest forward, kind of like my girls weigh 100 pounds each and they're just dragging me down to the ground. Well, let's face it, I don't have anything up there, and I should be standing up nice and tall. Well, in the process of trying to figure out, okay, am I truly walking normal, upright, straight? I determined that walking with your arms up under your chest and kind of pulling up and getting that kind of elongated abdominals, which elongates your spine. I found that walking like that, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up and I want you to see, okay, so this is my normal stance. Let me see if I can get adjusted so you can at least see it. Okay, so normal stance, right? And I'm walking. And I notice that as I'm walking, my chest starts to get lower to the ground. So what I did was I put my arms up, because it was cold, so it was kind of helping me keep warm too at the same time. Up under my rib cage, kind of nice and tall. So I was here, right? I was here walking. And I did really, truly walk like this. So I felt like I was hunched over, right? My chest is caved in. I can feel kind of this C shape starting to happen, right? With my body. I feel like that's what's been making my knees hurt, because if the C continues, that means my hip flexors are super tight, which is going to make everything from my thigh down to my ankles hurt. So this is how I was walking, and then I took my hands up under my rib cage and I stood up. See what happened? Everything got elongated. I'm going to do that from the front now. So this is how I was standing before, and truly probably how I was walking, right? And then I put my arms up under my rib cage and I pulled up nice and tall. I dropped my shoulders down and relaxed. And I got this whole new perspective on life. See, my back got straighter. I still got a curve there. We got to work on. suck in the abdominal muscles, so that helped with the curve a little bit, right? Watch. No abdominals in. Rib cage up. Abdominals in. But then what I found out was that as I walked like that my upper half was better and felt taller, and I felt like I could walk like that forever. My lower half had no idea what the heck it was doing. I mean, truly felt like I was trying to teach from my waist to my feet how to walk again. And I don't know how else to explain it. My right foot felt like it was turning in, but I couldn't see it because my arms were, again, up here kind of covering my view. When I did take my arms down, the minute I did, I noticed my shoulders would start to cave in again. So I tried to do as much as possible to keep my rib cage up nice and tall, sucking in my belly button, really protects your lower back, takes that curvature out. So these are things that you want to adjust along the way. So my right foot I felt was turning in a little bit, and when I did take my arms down, I did notice it was turning a little bit. My hips felt off kilter. My whole body felt imbalanced. My feet felt like they were rolling around. So it truly felt like I was teaching myself how to walk again. I was wearing, what was I wearing today? I was wearing boots today because it was wet out. And that's why I didn't get as many steps too, because it was pretty icky out. And they're very good quality boots. They have a nice, good arch in them, good support. And my gym shoes have been helping. I notice my feet don't roll as much in those as like my flip-flops or anything like that. But I notice when I am standing more centered, like my whole lower half just feels off kilter. So I want you to start thinking about these things. Take a walk around the block. Take a walk in your house. If you don't want to leave your house, take a walk around your apartment, whatever, your apartment building, if you just want to walk outside but not very far, and just adjust, readjust, adjust again, whatever you want to say. But think about what happens to your form as you continue to walk. If you're not continuing to keep your arms up there, you will notice your body will conform to the shape it was in before, because let's face it, it didn't get in that shape in a couple of hours. It took weeks, months, years, injuries, imbalances, every little thing that happens to your body that another body part has to compensate for. It changes the way your body reacts, and you will find that you have to correct it. So correcting, just because you do it a couple times, doesn't fix it forever. You have to continue to do those things to correct it in order to fix it and make it better. And I promise you will start to feel better. I know it feels worse at first because your body feels like it's been challenged beyond its capacity sometimes. Believe me, I know. With what I go through, it is pretty challenging. No matter what time of year, it doesn't matter. Cold weather, warm weather. It is quite challenging. The pain is there. So to find something else to focus on so helps the whole rest of my day. And that's why this channel has been such a fun way to talk to other people, hopefully get to meet other people. I want you to start resetting, readjusting, refocusing however you want to put it, whatever's going to make your determination kick in, right? We're going to do. And I'm going to be on the journey with you, I promise. Whatever questions, ask me anything. If I don't have an answer, I'll find it out for you, I promise. But continue to watch. I will make it so that you will enjoy the smallest little things. I know it sounds silly, and it might not even sound stupid to a lot of people. I can't live my life going from one grand event to the next. So we all have to live off small little snippets of good luck, happy times, and that's all I'm doing, is living from one little snippet to the next, trying to make those little snippets in your life a little better, a little happier, a little less harried, more calming, more peaceful. I hope you continue to watch. Please comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell, ask questions in the comment section. I'd be happy to try and help figure those things out for you. Please go have a good day. Do great things. Be your best self. And live your best, blessed life. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.